view is clouded. Hey, hey, hey. So yeah, we'll give people, let me mute that. Hey, Nikki. So we'll give people a couple of minutes to pop in. If you don't have your journal, your paper, your pen, your coffee, your tea, your water, your lunch, and all the above, go ahead and grab what you need to grab. Welcome to everybody that is in here. I know some of you all will be new because I posted this on my main page, on my Facebook page. So we will go over a couple of tips. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I do look at the comment section. But again, we're here for Lunchtime Live, like on a real lunchtime schedule and not like last night. So today we are going to focus on the Becoming Journal. I'll talk to y'all a little bit about this journal. And I'm going to tell y'all about a book that I was introduced to, actually by my mama, when I used to get all emotional and stuff. And it's one of those books that will stand the test of time. It has different topics. So if you have this book laying around the house, this is actually a good tool that you probably want to pull out right about now. It's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. And it's by Richard Carlson. Y'all know I'm country. And make sure when you're looking at the video, it's in 720 HD or higher. Otherwise, it may look a little bit grainy to you. So go ahead and do that. As you pop in, make sure you hit the like button. That tells YouTube that you're interested and they'll share the video. All right, so again, we're going to work out of the Becoming Journal. We're going to talk about journals and how you use it. I know I have a couple of new people that are popping in and may watch this a little bit later, so I do want to give a quick overview. I am a Renee. If you came from my regular page and you know me in real life, you know me as Adrian, not by my middle name unless I dated you, okay? Other than that, you know me by Adrian. So hey to y'all. All right, everybody else that's a regular, hope everything is going well. Hope you tried out one of our little things we did yesterday in reference to writing down what you do each day. Everybody is experiencing something new that many of us have never experienced, and we hope we will never have to again. So one of the things that I do on a daily basis is write what's going on. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Angela. So this right here is my creative type journal, y'all. This is called Astrology A6. If you are new to using a journal, I do not recommend you go and buy all of the things. I recommend you start with what you have. So if you have a spiral notebook, a small journal, I'm huge on telling people to go to like Ross, TJ Maxx. Not right now. Not right now. But when you can, go into those sections. They have reasonable prices on journals. $4.99, $2.99, $3.99, okay? So again, we are going to look into the Becoming Journal. How many of you all read the Becoming book by Michelle Obama and or listened to the Audible? I actually did the Audible. That was my method of listening to the book, which was really good, in my opinion, okay? So again, this is the Becoming Journal, y'all. The cover is a whole heap of a ham. It gets dirty really easily. So I like it. I do not like it. I don't like it. So I'm going to actually color that in with some stuff. So one day y'all see it on screen again, it'll look different. Now, she came out with a prompted journal. Many of you all know me as pushing prompted journals. A lot of you all have bought my prompted journal. So it's very similar to that. And so what happens is you get several pages with different things that you may write about. It's in no particular order. They're different. And so I definitely like this. And it took me forever to start it. Kind of like last week, right? I've had this for over maybe a month or two. And I know that many of you all probably have this same journal because you bought it out of, you know, oh my God, I got to support Michelle. I'm supporting her. But you ain't wrote nothing. Okay? You didn't write nothing. So now we're going to open. So I'm going to show you how I started off the beginning of my journal. All of my journals have a creative flair to them. And the reason I do that is it allows me to come back and actually write in the journal. Many people have been taught to journal Dear Diary when things are wrong. Many people have not been taught to journal about different aspects of their life. So I'll say often your journal should read like a book and should not read like a broken record. If you grew up in the 80s, 70s, 60s, you know, like when the record scratched, it would just keep playing over and over and over. You don't want your journal to read like that because it's a constant reminder of everything that's going wrong. And many of you don't write what's going right, okay? So this journal actually gives you a variety of prompts that will allow it to read like a book and not a broken record. So I just decorated the front part. Any journal you get, write your name in it to make it real. It's your story. It's your book. That's what you write. For those that are like, oh, I don't journal because what if somebody reads it? Get a lockbox. If you have a lockbox of your own, put it in there, bring it out when you're ready to write again, okay? And or you can get an old school diary with the lock, or you can journal where you journal for the day and you rip it up just to get those emotions out on paper. So this is the first page, wrote that, added some little extra stuff to it just because. And then the other day, y'all, we did a couple of pages. Hey, Darlene. So I set up some of my pages, right? I don't necessarily journal right then and there. This is a great book where you can do that. So if you want to make your pages speak to you, make your pages make you want to come back, then you do something. So this prompt says, where did your name come from and how has it influenced the person you've become? I just went in and put my name, y'all. This particular day, I used one piece of scrap paper and floated it throughout the different pages that we did. Let's see. Also, if you have this journal, it does not come numbered. So when we start working on a page, we just gonna have to kind of say closer to the front, closer to the middle, in the back. This is another page. She has a quote. One of my close friends has a sticker shop, Gold Mine and Cocoa, where she sells sticker dolls. So I added that and some washi. Again, if you are new to journaling, do you have to use all of the things? No. But the more that you watch me, you're going to want to. So I'm just telling you where the stuff comes from, okay? So this is washi tape, and it actually comes up a little bit easier, and it just adds a little decor. Sorry, y'all. Let me slide this back in screen. In frame. All right, and then did we do another page, y'all? I don't think we did another page. I don't know why I felt like we did, but oh, yeah, we did. And then we did a page about growing your goals. Now, speaking of goals, this is a perfect time to look at your vision board and all of the things that you set to do in January. You know, your hype moment when you like, oh, 2020 is my year. Well, now what we're hearing and seeing a lot is a lot of people saying 2020 is ghetto, okay? 2020 has really had some ghetto moments. I'm not taking that away. However, a lot of you all are speaking life into a situation and it just seems like every day is getting worse. Well, that may be, I don't want to say worse. Every day is getting challenging, right? But if all you do is focus on everything challenging, you have halted everything else in your life. So I encourage many of you all to pull out your goals that you set in the beginning of 2020, reflect on those, look on your list and see what can I do right now while this is going on and start growing your goals, okay? Because I'm going to tell y'all when we come up out of this, I don't want y'all looking at me like this girl really blew up overnight. No, I ain't blow up overnight. I just was working while y'all was complaining. So think about that. All right, so I started setting this page up right here. You will see my spine break, y'all, because this book does not lay flat unless you manipulate it. And I just don't like stuff that folds back up. So you're going to see some janky pages in mine. Now, before I even decided to come on here, I was just flipping through the book, flipping on, flipping and flipping. And this quote came up. And the quote reads, "You don't really know how attached you are until you move away. Until you've experienced what it means to be dislodged, a cork floating on the ocean of another place." And then the question or your prompt that you're prompted to write about says, when were you last flung into new or uncomfortable terrain? How did the sudden change affect you? What value did it bring to your life? Well, y'all, here we are. Aren't we? Here we are. So I can probably comfortably say most of us have been flung into some new stuff that we was not ready for, right? And so many of you all will hear me say the word it. If you hear me say it refers to it. I cannot say that on here because if I do, my video will get demonetized, and I'm not giving you information about it. So I don't need them to think it needs to be demonetized. All right, so we'll come back to that page. The page we're going to work on today is, here we go. Told y'all it ain't got no numbers. So this is the open page. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I did decorate a little bit more. 4, 5, 6. So go over to about 7 or 8, depending on how you count that. And this is going to be the page that we work on. If you do not have this journal, open up whatever journal book you have. Y'all, I have several journals, so don't feel like you have to have this for this journaling activity to work, okay? As y'all are checking this video out, if you feel like anybody can learn from the video, share the video on your Facebook page. Tell them where to go on your Instagram, and they can always come back and watch this. Now, this particular one says, do you have any favorite quotes? Capture 3 of them here. All right, so I thought this would be a good page to write in your regular journal, this journal, on a post-it note, whatever you feel like doing. I feel like 3 positive quotes or something that's going to keep you motivated is really on point right about now. So we're going to do 3 different prompts, 3 different quotes. So if you have any quotes and you're comfortable typing in the comment section, go ahead and place your quote in the comment section. You never know who can benefit from something that you have heard or seen that they may not otherwise know. All right. So for some of my people that are comfortable typing, Nikki, Ash, Nicole, Angela, Jennifer, Darlene, if any of you all have a quote, please put it. If I did not say your name, that simply means I've never seen you post. Okay. It does not mean that you can't put a quote. So I will tell you, let me see. I have a board in front of me with several quotes. I keep positive affirmations and quotes in front of me. So we're going to work with one of my favorite quotes is do what you love. It's real simple and to the point, but it's do what you love, okay? So as I told you before, I'm into making my page a little cutesy. You ain't got to do all that. But again, you may start. Oh, I like that. Keep your eyes on your own paper. That's good. That is a good one. Okay, so what you'll see me popping on screen is also like 8,000 sticker books. Again, not telling you to go out and run and get all of this stuff, but if you have a lot of this stuff floating around the house, now's the time to use all of these things that you bought in abundance that you have not been using. You use now. Oh, I like that. Try to be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. I can actually see that drawn out really cute, like the cloud, the rainbow, and then the quote on the inside of it. That's cute. That's cute. That's cute. All right, so we know that I love florals. So y'all gonna see some florals all up on this page. Okay, so I do see a page with some hearts because I just gave y'all an idea of what my quote will be. And I do believe I'm gonna, let's do florals first, and then I will probably hand draw the heart and then write the quote on the inside. Thank you all for some of those quotes. All right. So I want the page. There was a flower that I knew I was going to use earlier. Where is it? It's like a purple. And I like these little corner flowers. So y'all going to get this corner flower over here just because. I want it. The way spring is treating me, I don't even know why I'm putting these flowers down. They rude. I'm like, listen, spring, this ain't the time to show up right now. If you were on my live last night, we did a Dear Spring journal entry. If you're just popping in, hey y'all. Grab your paper, your pens, your stickers, your highlighters, whatever you have. your wine, your coffee, your water. Make sure you have some water though. Okay, so what y'all just saw me do was put this sticker down, and we know it wasn't going to work how I needed it to. I just took the scissors to split that off. All right, so you put, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. So if I wanted to do that creatively, y'all, I would probably do that quote, and then I would have arrows going around in a 360, meaning that you can move things, changing your attitude. So that's probably how I would create that. All right, and then we said, do small things with great love. No, that one, what I said, do what you love. I'm looking at another quote I have. So do what you love. So let's draw a heart. 2, 3, or 4. And then, okay, Ash, don't be playing with these folks, girl. You better do that. You know, like, listen. You got to get that pollen up out of you, too. Pollen is equally as dangerous. That ain't nothing to play with. Y'all, I had a cute little pencil over here. I was going to try to be like, I didn't want to freehand it that much. I mean, this pencil was just literally here. This is when you, okay. This one you had too much stuff, y'all. All right, so do what you love. So if you're in a moment where you love what you do, this could be a good quote for you just to remember. Keep doing what you love. All right, so we're going to draw a couple of hearts. So for people that are like, I can't draw, I don't want to mess up, listen, ain't nobody else gonna see your journal but you. The only reason y'all see my journal, hey Fee, the only reason y'all see my journal is because this is what I do for a living. You ain't got to show the world your journal. So just in case you didn't know, you can journal in pencil, but I am going to go over this. With the marker. And I just want to show y'all can write with a pencil, but I freehand a lot of stuff, so we gonna just roll with this black marker. These are Stapler fine liners, and they come in different, they're like drawing pens. I'm not telling y'all to go out and get these because of if y'all walk in the store and look at how much these cost, you are gonna judge me, and that's fine. That is fine. All right, so again, if you enjoy what you're doing right now and you are looking to enjoy what you love, your quote that we're gonna write today is do what you love. And again, if you have this journal, it's around page 7, 8, 8-ish, depending on where you are. So as you see, this particular journal entry, y'all, is not a hard journal entry. This journal entry is simply write a quote. This is not Dear Diary, I'm mad that I'm stuck in the house with my kids. They eating all the food. And I don't know where I'm going to get some more food from because I just don't know. This is not that type of journal entry. This is a more light-hearted journal entry, you know? Your pages probably get sick of you sometimes if that's all you write. I know my old pages used to. They probably like, dang, she back. We're just adding a little dimension to the color, y'all. Again, is this required? No. But I also want y'all to begin using the things that you have around your house. Pull out those items. Utilize them. If you're big into posting on social media, y'all, let's bring some positivity to social media. Some other activities that you can do to get your mind off of things. I love coloring. So you will all probably see me one day do a color with me with one of Gold Mine and Coco's coloring books. I literally have a whole crayon. Sorry, y'all, I'm taking y'all to the ocean with me. I have a whole crayon set, color pencils and all those things. So if you have coloring books, pull those out, y'all. Just pull some stuff out. Okay, so notice this page is really, really bland. If you want this to pop out, y'all know my biggest thing is just go around the edges with it. Here, we so in sync with stuff. Oh, you got some new coloring sheets? Yay. All right, so what I'm doing around this edge, I'm just adding a dash, like little dashes. They don't have to be equal in size unless you want them to. If you do, there's actually like a line that you can write your journal entry on this part. So you can actually do an equal line. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other right now. All right, so does anybody else have any additional quotes that will keep you motivated right now, even when this is over? So people can write some ideas down. Your quote does not have to be long. You can always go on Google. Another tip on finding quotes. When you go on Google, if you want it for a particular subject matter, you can put positive quotes about finance, positive quotes about family, positive quotes about a trying time. So you can look at stuff like that to give you a little motivation. All right, so we just wrote in our quote, and y'all saw I drew some little extra stuff. You don't even know what that's gonna mean. We're gonna dress it up in a minute. Give me a second. Today you are you. That's truer than true. There's no one alive who's youer than you. Oh, girl, what was I about to say? That sound like Dr. Seuss, and then you put that at the end. Okay, so since we're going along with the whole heart thing, you know, I'm gonna be a little extra and put a whole lot of hearts. So I'm gonna go in between these little dashes, and we're going to put some hearts. I'm going to start it off with a mild liner. If you don't have a mild liner, that's fine, y'all. Don't have fit, just whatever you have, use what you have. But I'm going to go in, and I believe I'm going with a purple since we're going along with that theme. And the hearts do not have to be perfect. And so y'all see how the page is developing from something super plain. I know a lot of times plain pages can be intimidating if you're like, oh, I really want to dress the page up. I don't know what to do. Go back to your former you in kindergarten and first grade where they just gave you some crayons and a piece of paper and just told you to go to town. You just a grown up. Do the same thing. That's it. Don't make it more than it has to be. Oh, I cheated some hearts. Hold on. And so another tip, if you have kids around the house, y'all, you can teach them how to journal. It does not have to be complicated. It can be something as simple as, what does the weather look like outside? Tell them to draw a picture of the weather and let them go outside. Maybe they played and did something, and tell them to write a couple of lines or two. Don't overcomplicate a journal experience for a child, because if you make it more than it has to be, you're going to push them away from a journal moment. Another thing, like, I was introduced to journal moments, when I was on punishment, the several times. I stayed on punishment, y'all. Not because I don't want to use the word bad. I just didn't do well with authority. So, I had several bouts with staying in the house, and I was provided with journals, books, coloring books. So you know how creative I am when I do my post on Facebook, and y'all probably like, this girl is crazy. Yeah, I got it honestly. I had time on my hand. So that's why I am as extra as I am when I write posts. Okay, so all I'm doing now is going and outlining the hearts. So you can take, again, a highlighter, a marker. You pull out some good old Crayola, y'all. Don't act like your family members don't have some of this around, or you didn't buy some and you just don't want to tell the world that you still have a kid in you. You're going to learn about having a kid in you now. Got enough time. All right, and so let's do what you love. We're going to go around this just to make this pop a little bit. I'm going to go around with this yellow. And again, what you're actually watching me do is creative journaling. This is not the Dear Diary type. Will I show y'all how to do a Dear Diary moment? Absolutely. We briefly talked about it last night when we were up super late, when we should have been asleep. And let's make this love bold, since we are focusing on doing what you love. Where's that 8, y'all? So 1. That is the 3. Oh. Okay, and this is the 8. Okay, so love is going to be our focal point. You see all these hearts. So obviously we're talking about love. So do what you love. So if you want to make your word bold or stand out on your page, you can write it regular first. And then you can either do a couple of things. Just keep tracing one line on the outside or the inside of it. And do that. Hey, Pine, I'm going to go on and tell y'all now. Pine is going to have me stamp somewhere in here. So we're going to pull out a stamp at some point. Just let y'all know that. She keeps me on my toes to use the things that I have. All right, so we're going to do love. I already knew, Pine. I was prepared. Thought I wasn't ready. I was ready. Now, I don't know which one we going to use, but I was ready. I may find something that I already got a quote on it, so I don't have to do too much as far as writing. So if you have stamps hanging around your house, you know, the ones that you buy when you go in Michael's and Hobby Lobby because, you know, they're marked down 40%, 50%, or they're on that clearance rack in the back of the store, or the end caps, you know, all of those. Yeah, so during this journal time, you're going to do that. I got to see which ones I have. I know I have some patent stamps. I think I have some patent stamps. Let's do that tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Saturday. Let's do that tomorrow. Let's do a whole gold mine and cocoa spread, like using all things gold mine and cocoa. Let's do that on Saturday. And then that'll give me time to get all my stuff together. All right, so y'all see how it started getting a little bolder on the page. And then we're going to go on the outside of that with one of our white pens. Because I want the love part to be bold, I want the 10. Okay, so these pens that you're seeing right now, they're called Jelly Roll. They write on dark paper or darker ink, and they pop out. Yeah, Jennifer. Me too. I am right there with you. And I ain't even ashamed, you know. I'm just accepting now's the time to use all the things. And we ain't even gonna talk about card stock and scrapbook and paper. And paper cutters and trimmers. Oh yeah, it's bad. I'm up here talking about lunchtime live, and I ain't ate nobody lunch, and my stomach may start talking to y'all. So if you happen to hear something growl, you know, judge yourself. It shouldn't reach the mic, but you know, you just never know. All right, so we have a purple, y'all. Let me test this purple out on some paper because I don't know if I don't know if they're gonna be nice right now, so that purple may not work. I think I have, but see, this purple, when you put it on dark color, shows up blue. That is crazy. And this purple ain't worth the flip. Oh, they had it again? The blue jean paper pad? They ain't had that in years. Because I know for a fact I got that over maybe 3-4 years ago. Alright, y'all. Let me make a decision. Because I'm doing things too much. Alright. Souffle don't work either. Yeah, some of my pens don't want me to just be great. So we're just going to go on and go back to this white. Because I don't have time. Yeah, I do not recommend lifting your book like I'm doing. I do recommend keeping it on a flat surface, especially if you don't have a steady hand. Because I don't need y'all coming back like, I messed up my journal entry following you on your video. Do what's most comfortable to you. Oh, okay. So they probably had a stash of some stuff. Yeah, I like blue jean paper. It's super cute. And all I'm doing is just literally dotting around the line, y'all. So if you are trying this out and you're going to take a photograph of this, make sure you, what you call it, tag Journal Jot and Jive and hashtag Write Your Heart Out so that I can see them. And then the last thing we're going to do with this right now is just go around the yellow hearts with the white. And then we will go ahead and stamp something up. Now, if you're mimicking the exact same thing I do, you're not going to really see the white that much on that beige looking color, so don't be alarmed. If you don't have one of these pens and you have color pencils, you can mimic some of the same things on darker paper with a color pencil. It's not going to be the exact same, but it will show up. All right, y'all, so that's our first quote. So I don't know if y'all can see it. This is our first quote with some little, arts and crafts, some coloring and drawing shapes. All right, so let's look at these stamps. Y'all know that's my quote. Don't go along to get along. All right. So here's stamp collection exhibit A. I have some more stamps. They're not in, they ain't close. And here are some collab stamps. Y'all got some little flowers. But y'all, I told y'all I really love this quote. Like you won the game. I even have it in a stamp. All right. So what I think is going to happen, this is another one of my favorite stamps. I think we're going to use this as the background, and then we are going to write a quote on top of it because, well, this is another one of my favorites, but we're not doing that one. Yes, the sticker is still on there. Yeah, it is, y'all. I didn't take it off. And that's fine. All right, so this is what we're going to roll with. And I don't know how this is going to go, okay? So so though I am teaching you about journaling, I am not a stamp expert. So you get what you get and you like it. All right. So though I'm not a stamp expert, I be trying to do all the things like I think I know what I'm doing. So we shall see, people. We shall see. So we're gonna put a little black down here at the end. I mean at the bottom. So I'm gonna put a little black on the corners at the bottom. And then probably putting too much ink. And so this is gonna be more of a distressed look. At least that's what I feel like in my mind. It may not. And then we're gonna go in with this a little bit of a lighter gray. And we're going to do a little bit of an ombre effect. Again, this is all in my mind. It sounds good. All right, so we got a little bit of that in here. And then we're going to pull this lighter gray. We're going to pull this lighter gray and we're going to add that up in here. We're going to do that. Okay, so we got that right there. And so then we're going to pull out this little white. Hold on, y'all. End of the day. Hold on. I'm still in the room. But I really wanted to... Ah, man, y'all ain't gonna get it. I have a whole box of... Yeah, y'all ain't gonna get that today. I have a whole box of these and some other colors. So I was gonna try to be real, artsy, but that ain't what y'all getting. Alright, I don't even know. Is this dry? Oh, no, it ain't. So, we're gonna add a little white in there. And yeah, it's starting to get dry. This ain't... All right, so we got that little white. And so now we're going to stamp, okay? And it's going to take me a minute to lift this up. And that's not proper stamping. And I probably don't even have the proper stamp pad for this, okay? And that's fine too. Because it's creative journaling. And so now I'm going to hold this down and apply a little bit of pressure. Just because I feel like that's what's supposed to happen. And I'm going to hold it down longer than normal. And I'm going to smooth over it. Because in my mind, I feel like it's going to give me that distressed look. But when I lift this up, y'all going to get what you get. Right. So now we're going to lift it. And that didn't work out in our favor. But you know what? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Because our quote is going to be on top of the box. See, that's how you make stuff seem like that's what it was supposed to do. All right. And so as per usual, we're going to outline the box because I need it to pop. And this time we're just going to draw a straight line across. Going to draw a straight line. So this is showing you all that journaling is not perfect. So I'm going to pull out that book and stop telling Facebook all your government conspiracies, because y'all need to do that. Talk to your paper. It won't talk back. All right, so this is the 5 points. So we're going to do this a little bit skinnier. I normally do not use rulers, but we're going to use one today. And I assure you this ink is not dry because I just smudged a little bit. So be careful with that. So if you are trying this whole stamp thing out, hey Tammy, if you're trying this whole stamp thing out, make sure you have a sheet of paper that you'll be able to put in between this if you decide to stamp, because your ink may not be dry. And I don't need y'all coming back to me, I done messed up my journal. You sure did, because you didn't listen. Alright. And this is why I do not like flatland journals. I really should have took a before picture of this journal page. So if one of y'all have this and you're not actually journaling in this and you're in the Facebook group, can you take a picture of the blank page? And I'm pretty sure I can go back and take a screenshot, y'all, before we start it. But if you can and you can post it in the original Journal Jot and Jive group, I would really, really, really appreciate that. All right, so that box is coming together. And now we need a quote. So I'm going to cheat. And I'm going to find a quote that... Find a positive quote about growth. And so this is where Google becomes your friend. Let's see what we get. And I really don't want a long sentence, so... Oh, I like this one, y'all. This is by John Maxwell, too. Change is inevitable. Growth is optional. I'm really feeling that one. So we're going to roll with that. So let's write that one in. So again, change is inevitable. Growth is optional. And that is definitely a true statement, right? So let's look at today, where we are now. We don't have no choice but to change, to adapt to what's going on. But by the time we move forward, some people will still be in the same spot that they started in when we got here. Y'all gonna hear me say that now. So change is inevitable. Growth is optional. Let's see. I think I want to... So this is a 3. I'll be back on the... look at this. All right, so that's our quote right there. Thank you, Bridget. And then we're going to write who the quote is by, but I'm going to do that with a smaller point pen. And we said, did I say that was John Max? Well, yeah. All right, y'all. So that is what we have. Change is inevitable. Growth is optional. And again, that's a true story. So you could actually take this right here and you can turn it into a journal prompt. So like if this is change is inevitable, growth is optional, you may say, okay, this is my quote. I put it at the top of my journal. Your journal entry may be, how do I want to grow in the next 2 weeks? Free game. That's your journal prompt. That's your assignment for tonight. How do I want to grow in the next 2 weeks? And so here's the thing with using a journal. You may not want to grow. Like, don't assume that everybody is at a point in their life where growth is something that they're interested in. And if you're one that wants to grow, stop trying to force your friends and family to grow with you. If that's not where they are, you suggest it. If they don't go along with it, you let it go. Because you frustrating yourself to try to get somebody to be where you want to go, where you're not already. You need to be very careful with that. Because what'll happen is you'll be so busy trying to influence and motivate others that you forget to continue to live in your walk and in your purpose. So I'm going to say that again. You can't take everybody with you. You can't encourage everybody to grow. Everybody didn't plant their seeds at the same time. And sometimes y'all end up drawing out what you've planted, watering everybody else's purpose. Now, I want to do this. Make this a little finer. All right, do y'all have any journal questions? Any questions about getting started with the journal? Have you started using a journal, or is this the first time you've even considered using a journal? I would love to hear from you. All right, that's that one. And y'all, we got one more. And we're going to do a cliche quote. So we're going to do a cliche. I'm waiting for the quote to pop up. Let's see. All right, we're going to do a quote about the seasons of life. And right now, if you didn't know, y'all, we are in a seasonal shift, seasonal movement. This one keeps coming up. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Oh, they took it back to Napoleon Hill. All right, so let me look at one more thing. So as that loads up, I'm just creating an additional border. I'm just doing some little semi-slant lines. In between those florals. And this right here has lines too, y'all, so it'll be easy for you to write and not feel like, oh, I'm writing off of the lines. Actually, each one of these has lines that you can write on. Lord, some of that quotes are books. I just want a cute one. I don't need nothing long. Okay, so I kind of like this one for the time that we're in. It says, there is a season for everything under the sun, even when we can't see the sun. Okay, I mean, even though for some the sun is actually out right now, but you know, neither here or there. We're just doing metaphorical type of writing. All right, so that's going to be the quote. It's by Jared Brock. Don't know who this man is, but that's what we're going to do. There is a season for everything under the sun. Okay, I'm not going to draw the sun, but I will go in there with a brighter yellow, just as a play on words. Most people, when you think about the sun, you think about yellow. So I'm going to take that yellow in between these dashes. There you go, from there. And now we're going to go in and write the quote. We're going to write it pretty simple. We're not going to make it anything over the top. Oh, y'all, because I know my educators on here like, you ain't putting no quotations, and you know that wasn't your saying. We ain't putting no quotations on that because I don't want to. All right. I'm going to get quiet so I don't write the wrong there. All right, y'all. So that is our quote right there. And so as you have been on here with me for lunchtime, well, I be on my time. I be saying an hour. It might go over a little 5 minutes, but your girl be on her time. All right. So for our lunchtime, we have completed 3 different quotes with a little creativity added to it. I would encourage you all every week to find a motivational quote. Many of you, if you're used to me, you know Motivational Mondays. Even though we don't do a video every Monday, I've instilled in a lot of you all, start your week off right. But at this point, y'all, we don't know if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Okay, all days are meshing together. So when you're feeling like things are overwhelming, look at your affirmations, look at motivational quotes, motivational books. Like I said, this is one book that right now is a great book. If you have this in your library stash, don't sweat the small stuff. You can literally flip through and find something that will apply to what's going on today. This is the Becoming Journal. Everything that we did here can be done in a regular journal, y'all. So don't feel like you have to go out and buy this right here. Everything I did right here, I could successfully do in this journal right here with no problems, okay? So pull out your notebooks, pull out a Post-it note. One day during this break, I will show you how you can journal on a Post-it note and include it in your journal just to liven your pages up. Again, if you are new to this video, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you were able to learn something. If you are a lady on the video and you want a group where you can get a couple of ideas, you can join the official Journal Jot and Jive on Facebook, and then on IG, I am Journal Jot and Jive as well. I post a lot of different quick videos and layouts for planners and journals, okay? So that's that. I think that's all that we're going to cover. Before we do that, let's go ahead and add the date in. And I'm not going to stick to that. I'm going to write it kind of broad across the top. Today is March 20th. And we're going to keep it simple. It's not going to be anything super creative. Just going to go in and write March. All right, so this is our video. Again, thank you so much for stopping by. If you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to the channel and you kind of love the flow of this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so every time I post, you are in the know. If you are not a newbie, but you're not getting all of the notifications, go under your settings and check to make sure that you have your notifications on all for Journal Jot and Jive. And I enjoyed you all. I will catch y'all on the next one.